America from Benoit Family Farmstead, and I'm going to show you what a half hog looks like. We have a lot of people that just can't quite picture what a half hog looks like. It's about 60 pounds of meat. And what does that look like in your freezer? How much freezer space is that going to take up? So I'm here to tell you exactly what it's going to do. So this came from a man named Jason. So his pork went to Center Locker, and legally I'm only allowed to pick it up for you if you pay for it over the phone to them. So as long as it's paid for, I can bring it back for you, and you don't have to make the hour drive because I'm already going there anyways. I'll show you the bags, everything, tell you the cost, you know everything. We're gonna work on cured meat first. This has the bacon ends, the bacon, and the cured jowl. So bacon ends is just, when you have bacon, it's just like a slab of pork belly. And when they cut that down on the slicer, sometimes there's just like a small bit left that you can't slice it anymore. So they'll take that and they put it in a vacuum sealed bag, and you're able to use that as your food still. We like using that in ham and beans, or you can chop it up, fry it a little bit, put it in some baked beans. Sometimes we'll even use it for like a casserole, like a breakfast casserole. It's pretty good for that too. Jowl is, I call it the pig cheeks. It's like right here in the pigs, and it has just a little bit of fat or a little bit of meat on it, but it's mostly fat. But when you cook it, it kind of like crisps up a little bit differently than bacon, but it tastes very similar to bacon. So a lot of people keep that because it's like an extra pound of bacon for them. So here's the size of that bag. You see that? So it's about 10 pounds of meat there. The next, so Jason did not want any cured hams or any of his hams. He just turned that into sausage, which you're able to do that. It's a good choice if you like your sausage. He also got like pork chops, pork steaks. Let's look at it here. There's a pork crust in there too, it looks like. That's that. But it's probably like 40 pounds of meat here. Quite a bit. It was pretty heavy, maybe like closer to 50. So it looks like there was about 25 pounds of sausage that he got back. And then there's some other cuts around here. We got some ribs, we got some roast, chops. I'm not gonna dig through it because that's not mine. So that fits right in your freezer. Another thing that he decided to get is lard. So this is what a tub of lard comes in. It's about a gallon, and so if you get a whole hog, you'll have 2 of these. These are really handy for deep frying, for if you cook with cast iron, then it's really good to season your pans with. We cook it, we use everything. Right now we're making French fries with it. So we use it for everything. You can take this and let it melt down, put it in smaller jars, and then you can keep those jars in the fridge or the freezer. So if you keep them in the freezer, they last forever. Keep them in the fridge, they last about a year, or we go through it so much that we just keep this in the cabinet and we go through it after like a couple of months. And it doesn't mold, it's fine. So it doesn't go bad as fast as you would think. So we're gonna put his meat back in the freezer. That's about how much room it takes up. It's just like the top layer of the freezer, not a whole lot of room. The lard will go in a different freezer. So we'll talk about the freezer size. This is what I would call like a medium-sized freezer. The small ones that you see, they're about half this size, so that would still be plenty of room for a half a hog for you. We have some that are like twice this size. Those are huge ones. So this is like my recommended size because you can put so much in it. And once you get fresh pork, you're gonna want chicken, you're gonna want your beef, you're gonna want everything from your farmer because it tastes so much better than anywhere else. So I always recommend getting a little bit bigger freezer than you think you'll need because you're gonna need it later and you're gonna wish you had it. Let's go over the price. Close this freezer here. So the price for a half hog, we charge $200. So straight up cost, $200 for the half hog. And then the locker fees, so you gotta pay separate for like the curing, the sausage, seasoning, just processing in general. It all kind of adds up a little bit here and there. So I always tell people for a half hog, it's about $125. This one was $104, so a little bit under. Our ideal hanging weight for a half hog is 75 pounds. This one was 76 pounds. Right on target, right where we wanted it to be. Yeah, so that's what they give you. List everything out for you. Highly recommend keeping your lard, keep everything you can. You can even keep your bones back. You can make bone broth with it. The more you can keep from your hog, the better the cost savings are for you. Always remember to pick how much you want in a package based on how many you're gonna eat at a time or how thick you want it. All of that is options that you get to pick from. Center Locker, they have where you can do vacuum seal, all of it vacuum sealed, which is what I do whenever I sell it, or you can choose to get it paper wrapped, which is what he did, and it's a lot cheaper to get it paper wrapped. It works just as good. If I wasn't selling it, that's what I would get, because it doesn't matter to be able to see it or not. It stays fresh just the same amount of time, and it's cheaper, so that's what I would do. If you have any questions, please let us know. If you want me to dig deeper into this, just ask any questions. I love talking about this, so let me know what you don't know so I can let you know. Thanks.